Russell's experience navigating the transition from a struggling Williams to the elite environment of Mercedes provides a valuable blueprint. He understands the psychological and technical challenges Antonelli now faces, and his guidance could be the difference between growth and collapse. Beyond Russell, Mercedes' senior engineers have also taken a hands-on role. They are not only refining Antonelli's driving but also teaching him the discipline required to survive at the sport's highest level. This structured mentorship is a crucial safety net. It represents Mercedes' acknowledgement that talent alone cannot carry Antonelli through his rookie season. He must be shaped, supported, and prepared for the storms ahead. Whether this approach succeeds will determine if Antonelli emerges as a future champion or a lost opportunity. As Antonelli prepares for his debut season, the challenges he faces are immense. The calendar is unforgiving, the competition fierce, and the spotlight unrelenting. Each race will test different aspects of his ability. Street circuits will demand precision and nerve, while high-speed tracks will expose his capacity to push the car to its limits. Meanwhile, the media will dissect every result, every mistake, and every sign of progress. Mercedes, however, remains committed to their vision. They believe Antonelli's development will be a marathon, not a sprint. Early setbacks are expected, but how he responds to them will define his future. This season will not only shape Antonelli as a driver, but will also reveal whether Mercedes' bold plan was genius or folly. Every lap will carry the weight of expectation, and every race will be a chapter in the story of a young driver trying to survive the harshest proving ground in motorsport. Kimi Antonelli's path with Mercedes is a high-stakes experiment that could reshape the future of Formula One. His fear of being broken is not an obstacle. It is the reality of a young driver thrust into extraordinary circumstances. If he can endure the pressure, adapt quickly, and grow under the weight of expectation, Antonelli could emerge as the cornerstone of Mercedes' next era. But if the strain proves too much, his debut season could become a cautionary tale of rushing talent too soon. Mercedes has made their gamble clear: trust in potential over proven experience. For Antonelli, this is both a burden and an opportunity to carve his name into the sport's history. Hungary, Monaco, Silverstone. Each circuit will bring new trials. Yet within this pressure lies the chance for greatness. Whether Antonelli bends or breaks will not just decide his fate, but could redefine how Formula One teams shape their future stars. His story is only beginning, but the test has already begun. Kimi Antonelli's entry into Formula One with Mercedes was expected to be a story of triumph. Instead, it has been shadowed by an unsettling fear described as broken. This term, used by former Haas boss Gunther Steiner, paints a picture of a young driver under immense pressure at one of the sport's most demanding teams. Mercedes, a team defined by dominance in the hybrid era, is rebuilding after seasons of frustration. Antonelli, seen as their future star, now carries expectations that weigh heavier than his rookie shoulders might allow. His fear isn't of speed or skill, it's of failing to meet the crushing demands of a team desperate for redemption. As qualifying sessions expose raw pace and every mistake draws global scrutiny, the spotlight intensifies. Antonelli's confidence, once his greatest weapon, now faces a trial by fire. This fear is more than personal doubt. It reflects the high-stakes gamble Mercedes has taken by fast-tracking a prodigy into a seat once reserved for champions. And it could define the course of his debut season. Behind the scenes, Mercedes has been quietly crafting a long-term plan centered on Kimi Antonelli. Steiner's revelation exposed what many suspected. Antonelli's debut is not just about immediate results, but about shaping Mercedes' future beyond Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. The team's technical department has been working tirelessly to adapt the car's characteristics to suit Antonelli's driving style. Data simulations, private tests, and endless simulator runs have been designed to bridge the gap between his raw talent and Formula One's brutal learning curve. Yet this strategy comes with inherent risks. Mercedes is not a midfield team where mistakes can pass unnoticed. Every misstep will be dissected, magnified, and questioned. The team's gamble is clear. Invest early in Antonelli's growth, even if it costs them short-term results. For Mercedes, this is a calculated move. They are betting on Antonelli's resilience, believing he can endure the pressure, adapt, and eventually rise to lead the team back to championship glory. But for Kimi, this plan feels like a test of survival. At just 18 years old, Kimi Antonelli has been handed one of Formula One's most scrutinized seats. Mercedes expects him not only to learn, but to perform in an environment where second place is often treated as failure. The pressure is relentless. Every qualifying session, every lap, every minor mistake is broadcast to millions of fans and critics alike. For a young driver, this level of attention can be suffocating. Steiner's broken comment highlighted this very fear, the risk of Antonelli cracking under the unyielding expectations of a team and fan base starved for success. While Antonelli possesses immense natural talent, his mental strength will define his future. He must balance learning the complexities of Formula One while carrying the weight of Mercedes's long-term ambitions. For many rookies, time is a luxury. For Antonelli, every race feels like a proving ground. The fear of falling short, combined with the enormity of his opportunity, has created one of the most intense pressure cookers the sport has seen in years. Gunther Steiner's comments about Antonelli sent shockwaves through the Formula One paddock. His warning was clear. Mercedes's plan might break the young driver before it builds him. Steiner, known for his blunt assessments, pointed out the dangers of thrusting a rookie into a top team with no margin for error. His view was not an attack on Antonelli's skill, but a cautionary reminder of the sport's brutal reality. Even the most talented drivers can falter if the weight of expectation becomes overwhelming. Mercedes, however, has dismissed this concern publicly, insisting that Antonelli has the mental resilience to adapt. Yet Steiner's words have lingered. They reflect a truth every experienced insider knows. Talent alone does not shield a driver from the psychological toll of Formula One. Whether this is a warning or a prophecy remains to be seen. What's certain is that Antonelli's debut is now under even greater scrutiny, with fans and analysts watching closely to see if Steiner's fears will become reality. Mercedes is no longer the dominant force it once was. Their current project is a methodical rebuild, and Antonelli has been placed at the center of it. The team has made significant technical changes, from car design philosophy to driver development programs. Their focus is no longer solely on immediate victories, but on constructing a foundation for future championships. Antonelli's inclusion is a bold step in this evolution, signaling a shift from experience-driven lineups to raw, youthful potential. However, this approach is not without risk. Integrating a rookie into a team with such high stakes demands patience, a resource often in short supply at the elite level. Mercedes has invested in mentorship, pairing Antonelli closely with engineers and race strategists to fast-track his growth. This rebuilding phase is not simply about speed, it's about transformation. Mercedes is reshaping its identity, and Antonelli is at the core of this gamble. His development will determine whether this era becomes a story of resurgence or a cautionary tale of ambition gone too far. Antonelli's journey from junior categories to Formula One has been meteoric, but now he faces a challenge unlike any before. The leap from Formula 2 to a Mercedes seat is not just about faster cars, it's about mastering the relentless complexity of F1. He must adapt to intricate race strategies, undersized and advanced car systems, and deliver under pressure every single lap. His driving talent is unquestionable, but experience cannot be accelerated. This is where the fear of being broken begins to take shape. The risk of overwhelming a young driver before he has time to grow. Yet there are signs of hope. Antonelli has shown remarkable adaptability in testing, impressing engineers with his feedback and work ethic. His ability to learn quickly could be his greatest strength. Still, the road ahead is steep. For Kimi Antonelli, success will depend on more than speed. It will require resilience, discipline, and the mental toughness to survive in a world where every mistake carries a price. Formula One is as much a mental sport as it is a physical one. For Kimi Antonelli, the challenge lies in controlling the pressure that comes with his unprecedented situation. Every race weekend brings with it a battle, not only against rival drivers, but also against doubt and expectation. Mercedes has built a support system around him, but no amount of coaching can fully prepare a rookie for the intensity of global scrutiny. The weight of replacing a legend like Lewis Hamilton in the long term only amplifies the pressure. Antonelli's fear of being broken is not a sign of weakness. It is the reality of a young driver facing a defining test. How he handles setbacks, criticism, and the relentless grind of a Formula One season will determine whether he thrives or falters. For Mercedes, this is the true gamble. A driver's mind can be the strongest weapon or the weakest link. In Antonelli's case, it will be the decisive factor in his fight for survival. To safeguard Antonelli's future, Mercedes has turned to mentorship as a key part of their plan. George Russell, now the team's senior figure, has been tasked with guiding the young Italian through the intense demands of Formula One.